Greetings, my name is Timothy Collinson and I'm the Faculty Librarian for Technology, and this short video is going to show you how you can go about finding our book and ebook material. So if I share my screen with you, you should hopefully be able to see that we're going to start from library.port.ac.uk, and we're going to click on this big blue button up at the top right hand side that says click to search library resources, and that will give us this page here. We ignore the red messages at the top. You may not be getting them. It'll depend on what's going on currently. Now you can search the library catalogue down here, and that will get you directly into searching for print and ebooks. But you can also use our discovery service, which you might be familiar with if you've been looking for journals and other material as well. And one of the advantages of using the discovery service is that the books will come with a little cite button, which will help you put together a reference, which we'll talk about in another video. So I'm going to do a simple search here for something like product design. You may have other ones. You can type in author surnames if you've got a reading list and that kind of thing. Don't forget that the more you put, the less you'll find. The less you put, the more you're likely to find. If you're not finding anything, then you might need to start thinking about broader terms or alternative keywords to search for. So we're getting 13 million results here, which is way too many, but it's also including lots of journal articles and that kind of thing. So one of the first things we can do is to say that in actual fact, we're going to go to the advanced search here, and we're going to scroll down a little bit and take off the full text online only, and we're going to put catalogue only. And if we then do that search, we'll be limited now to just the catalogue. So instead of 13 million results, you can see we've got 1,300 results, which is somewhat more manageable. We're still getting some publications popping up to the top and a research starter, which might be useful in giving you a little overview of a subject. And it might take you off to a subject page as well. But if we scroll down, you'll see that we're actually finding book material here. And the first one at the top here is an electronic book. And then the second one here is an actual print book. How can I tell that? Well, the first one says electronic books over here. And if you click on Access Now, you'll be able to link to that. Or if you click on, if you look at this one, you'll see that it says first floor and then the Dewey Decimal Number, and usually the first three letters of the author. Sometimes that varies. And you won't be able to click on that to see it online, obviously. But if you look at the access options there, you'll be able to see that we can reserve the item if it's not available. But if we click on more, this one isn't available because it's obviously on loan somewhere. And it's due back then, but it's at this number if you want to go and find it when it is on the shelves. In fact, we've got two copies of the book, and the first one, as you can see there, actually is available. So you need to go and find 745.2, and we do have an online helper to help you find that as well. If we do have a look at the actual details of the book here, by clicking on the title, you can see that we've got all sorts of bits and bobs of information here. You may get more, you may get less. Sometimes you get chapter contents, that kind of thing. You may also get subject terms, which might help you revise your search if you think, I didn't think of searching for that. And you may get an abstract that kind of summarizes the book. But up at the top, you'll get the bibliographic information that you'll need for your referencing. However, you can also see up here, there is a cite button under these little quote marks. And if you click on that and you remember to choose APA 7th edition, it will endeavor to put together a reference there. And in fact, that's not looking too bad, although it doesn't need the authors again here. So you only need product design as the title. I don't know why it's repeating the authors there. So as usual, cite buttons can be helpful, saves you a bit of typing, but you should always check them against referencing at Portsmouth to make sure you've got the correct information in the correct formatting, because cite buttons are not 100% accurate. If we go back to our results list, we can scroll up to the top one there and see that we've got an electronic version of, in fact, the same book there. And if we click on Access Now, it will actually take us out of the library catalogue and into eBook Central. And in another video, we'll have a look a little bit more in detail about what you can do there. Notice that the cite button is in here as well. Cite book, and you can download it possibly for a week, or download a PDF chapter possibly, depending on what the publishers allow. So I hope that's helped you have a little introduction to actually being able to find books and ebooks using the Discovery service, or alternative, if you want to go and use the library catalogue, you can do that. And if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to come and ask us.